Good afternoon.
All right, so today we're going to discuss the end of the Civil War. We're going to discuss a few of the key vocabulary words of the Civil War and a couple of functions that happened. But I want you to take a look at this photo. And what about this photo do you see that might be a big indication of what happened at the end of the Civil War? Yes, Ian.
I see that there's a general. He looks like he's an army, like he's in the military, and a regular civilian sitting together like they're friends.
Okay, anything else you see different?
They're shaking hands.
They're shaking hands. So that is very, very important. So what we have here, we have North and South. And they were both in the army, and they actually fought against each other in the Civil War. But this is years later after they came back together, and they were able to then put their differences aside. So the shaking of the hands is very, very important, because that's exactly what one of the reasons that the Civil War was fought, was to unify the North and the South. Okay? So that was one thing I wanted to point out. Thank you very much for your participation. Does anybody else have anything else they want to say about the photo? Leanne?
Yes, the sergeant looked like he looking at him sneaky though, like he's gonna. We shaking hands, but I ain't free in the South. You could go ahead and free the North, but I ain't free in the South.
Well, this picture was actually taken after. So this was after the Civil War had already ended. And I'm not sure if a lot of people realize, but what also happened with some of the soldiers were, some of them might have lived in the North, but because they felt such a love for their state, they went and fought for the South. So it's not that all of them felt like this is truly what they wanted to do, but they felt it was because of their also family ties that it was necessary for some of them to do it. Okay? So we're going to move on a little bit further. Now, one of the big words that happened in the Civil War was abolitionist. Have any of you ever heard of the word abolitionist before? And so what might you think that the word abolitionist means?
To get rid of.
To get rid of.
To abolish.
To abolish, to destroy. Is there anything that you would want to destroy right now?
President Trump.
President Trump. And okay, that's 2 for President Trump going. Anything else we'd like to abolish right now?
MTA.
MTA. Well, some of us needed to get to and from. So abolitionists, were people who fought to make slavery illegal. Okay, and that's what the North was fighting for. That was one of the big things that the North wanted, was to abolish slavery. We have another word that I want to bring up, amendment. Do any of you know what the word amendment might mean?
A change to?
A change to. Now, yes. Anybody else might want to talk about the word amendment?
It's a change for the better.
Change for the better. Now, if we take a look right here, in 1865, Congress passed the 13th Amendment. Okay, that's an addition to the Constitution, and that ended slavery in the United States. And that is very, very important. Now, he had started to try and abolish slavery, but it didn't get abolished until the 13th Amendment was passed. So that amendment is one of the most important amendments that we have as of today. Yes?
So if it wasn't for the 13th Amendment, I wouldn't be free?
Well, hopefully it wouldn't have just been the 13th Amendment, but I think that the 13th Amendment was the start of it. It was the start of our civil rights movement. And so, as we know today, we're still fighting for our civil rights. It's 1865, and we are in 2017. Do we think that we have achieved everything that Lincoln fought for us to achieve?
No.
No. So what do we think? Do we think we still have to continue the fight?
Yes.
Yes.
I think that's why the NFL is taking a knee now, too. Because they're tired of the brutality, they're tired of the injustice that's happening in the communities.
They want to abolish.
And they want to abolish. Exactly. Beautiful.
Good.
Thank you for bringing that back around. Okay, there's another big word that I want to point out. And the word is indivisible. And I think that you just brought up something very, very important regarding the NFL. And so what do you think that the word indivisible might mean?
That you're invisible.
You can't break it apart.
Can't break it apart. Now, invisible means that you can't be seen. Indivisible means that it cannot be broken apart. So our country is based on the fact that we are supposed to be indivisible. Now, we've been seeing a lot going on, and I just want to show it to you here. Beyond freeing the slaves, the Civil War established the principle that the United States is an indivisible nation. We've been seeing a lot going on lately with all of the different changes in weather. And what's something that affected us very recently was Puerto Rico.
Hurricane Maria.
Hurricane Maria. She came to try and divide us. But as a nation, if you notice, we've all pulled together, whether it has been just civilians going and visiting and helping to rebuild, but we are indivisible in that aspect. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to pass out an exit ticket to all of you, and I want to see what you feel about and if you understand what some of these words might mean. And if you were able to, what else would you abolish at this time? Okay, guys?
All right.
All right, perfect. Thank you.